So let's talk about you. We have this great thing. Let's talk about you. No. Let's talk about Austin, and let's talk about Uber. And I would say that the variety of reactions to the Uber Austin news. One of them is, look at them if you live in San Antonio. Yeah. Another is, these, for whatever reason, the legacy taxi people got to kick out Uber. But you have a completely different view, which is understanding how voters actually said, you know what, I kind of don't like the new Austin. I'm kind of pissed off about the new Austin. So tell me about that.
Well, okay. There were a couple of things. One is all of the explanations you hear for how the vote came down as it did, which was 54% against this, I think it was 54, against this referendum, which would have repealed Austin's regulations, rideshare companies like Lyft and Uber. They all had to do with tactics. That Uber was very strong-armed in how they went about their campaign, and I think that brought into pretty sharp focus the fact that this company is very unpleasant to deal with just anyway.
Uber, sharp elbows.
Yes,
definitely.
Sharp elbows.
A lot of lobbying, sharp elbows.
Yeah, they will come into a city like
if you don't do what they want, they're going to take the toys and they're going to go home.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we are a company above regulation. We're a new economy company. You're talking about like industrial age regulations. That's not us. You're going to have to come up with a whole new framework to deal with it. And I think, especially in political circles, that is grating. In San Antonio, public officials had a terrible time dealing with Uber. It was just especially tough to sit across the table from a company that just was totally willing to disregard the regulations you've got on your
Right. They don't want to do it the specific city's way. They're like, you have to do it the new way, which is the tech way, and drop your regulations.
But
let us do what we want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in Austin, I think that election was somewhat of a surprise. I think people thought that Uber was going to carry the day. To an extent, I mean, as you got closer to election day, and you heard more and more dissatisfaction with the company and how it was kind of trying to manipulate voters, that became a little less true. But nationally, it's like, my God, what happened in Austin? I mean, this was...
I thought they were tech savvy.
It's a tech mecca. I mean, how could this happen? And I think there was something else going on in this election. I mean, Austin is a very different city from what it was even 10 years ago. I mean, we talk about gentrification in San Antonio. It is nothing compared to what's happening in Austin.
Right.
I mean, home values are shooting through the roof. It's getting, if you don't work at Google, Facebook, Oracle, if you're just kind of a service industry worker, you work at a hotel, you work in a restaurant, it is hard for you to live in Austin now. And that just, for most of Austin's history, that just wasn't really the case. And, they're struggling, people are struggling there in a way they hadn't before. And it's because you have this, and I hate the phrase creative class, but you got an explosion of the creative class.
Or just highly paid people.
Highly paid, highly paid.
We don't have creative there. They're paid
I don't know if they're creative.
Right. They're paid more.
Maybe they're not creative at all, but they get
creative class means I get paid six figures.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, you can see this in this, in the statistics flowing out of Austin now. I mean, last year the median home value was $228,000. By way of comparison, in San Antonio, the median home value was about half that, $114,000. I think you want somewhere in between, but those might be the two extremes. But 228 is an awful lot of money for a home in Austin, and that's it's only climbed since then. So you've got a city that's in flux. You've got a population that was here 20, 30, 40 years ago. They're watching, this new class come in. Everything's changing around them, and it's difficult to live there, and it just didn't used to be. I mean, you've got traffic tie-ups everywhere. It takes more time and money. time to get around, money to survive. And, you give them, you give these voters an opportunity to basically say, screw you to Uber. Uber becomes kind of a stand-in, almost.
I would like to turn back the clock.
Well,
all this progress is not actually working.
Right, yeah.
And Uber gets to be my symbolic clock turning.
And it's more, it's symbolic, but it's also, rideshare is kind of the mass transit system for, this new elite, right? It's how millennials and creatives and all those get around. So it's a reaction in part to that. There's a lot that goes into every voter's decision about who to vote for, what to vote for, what to vote against. But I just think that's got to factor into it to some degree. So, I don't know. What do you think?
No, you've explained something that no one else that I've seen, which is I hate everything can be Trumpified, right? But this is like the disgruntled. The times are leaving me behind in Austin. Home values are going up. I'm not getting paid more.
Right.
Let me stick it to the man by voting against Uber.
Yeah.
Maybe. I haven't seen that written that way, so that's not the way San Antonio has reacted to it. San Antonio has mostly reacted. People I talk to are like, please don't let us go the way of Austin. I'm like, holy cow, we're so rarely ahead of the times. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. And also, when the vote comes back up, I hope that our city leaders are not like, oh yeah, we should also stick it to the man. That would be bad and ironic.
And I also don't think that's going to happen. We're not going to have a repeat of Austin.
Right. Yeah.
So. No, you're enjoying it. So you wanted to talk also, speaking of Trump, all things Trump.
Everything's Trump. Everything can be Trump branded.
And we're going to Trumpify the Libertarian Party.
We're going to Trumpify the Jefferson-Taylor dialogue right now. Everything can be Trumpified. Gold-lettered everything. Yeah. It's going to be huge. It's going to be beautiful.
Awesome.